Hey there, and welcome to DUNGEONAUTS, a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition actual play podcast. I am your host and Dungeon Master, Max. Joining me in the magical post-apocalyptic world of Turia is a party of 3, perhaps foolish adventurers. First, playing Thorbo, the forest gnome wild magic sorcerer, is Sam.
Howdy.
Portraying Ximbaxel, the human wild magic sorcerer, is Dennis.
Yes, that is me.
And finally, playing Gabbo, the stout halfling bard, is Joe.
Hey, nice to meet you.
If you are new to the game or unclear on how it is played, do not fret. This is actually the first time any of the player characters have played D&D 5th edition, and my first time DMing. It's one big fun ride we can embark on together, so join us, and let us begin. Millennia ago, in a distant realm, war swelled amongst the nations of the land of Turia. Casualties and conquests grew so great, the previously indifferent gods felt they had no choice but to intervene. The Almighty agreed to act as martyrs, assigning a fragment of their very own soul each to a single champion. Unbeknownst to all, this well-meaning act would cause a near-extinction level event, almost destroying the entire realm of existence the years following. Nearly a century has passed, and what is left of this world is struggling. The gods have forsaken their people. Nomads blindly scavenge for resources. Villages constructed from debris act as bunkers against monsters mutated by otherworldly magics. And now, as we descend through the ash-ridden clouds to the scarred remains of this world, we see 3 adventurers beginning the next chapter. Hey, I just wanted to thank you guys. I know we haven't really talked or said anything this whole time, which is a little weird, but I wanted to thank you because this is actually my last ride. I've been doing this for about 25 years. I've been taking people back and forth, and this is just a special occasion for me. We're actually coming up on a small town, kind of a backwoods. Honestly, it's kind of a shithole. Place is called Murkwell. I stop every now and then and kind of stretch my legs. There's a pub here, I think like a shop. But the place actually used to be a little bit bigger, kind of booming almost. Pretty big fishing town. People would come from all around, kind of get to fish here because they were some real stellar specimens. But a few months back, one of the air barges that fly overhead had some sort of malfunction or crash or something, and crashed into the bay. And some of the contents they were hauling, some chemicals or something, maybe I don't know, leaked into the bay, and everything just kind of started dying. All the people that moved here kind of start new lives, new careers, had to pack up and leave, really. There's a few people still left. A lot of people that were too stubborn or too poor to head on out. But it's not in great shape, honestly. But like I said, hey, there you can wet your whistle, stretch your legs, and I'll pull over shortly, and I'll stay with the carriage. You're welcome to leave your packs and your goods here if you want. I am armed. This is an armored carriage. I'll lock it up tight.
I thought you were just pleased to see me.
No. Well, that as well. I only have one short sword, not 2. But yeah, I'll stay with the goods. Like I said, I've been doing this 25 years. You can
I just ask a great story? Mm-hmm. Can I just ask, what are you doing with the old girl? She's a beautiful girl, this Beth.
Oh man, she's just kind of my partner, really.
She's staying with you, huh?
Yeah.
Like partner, or?
God, no.
Partner.
Don't. What is wrong with you? No, I'm not.
I don't know. I'm not around from here.
Well, you know what? I'm not one to judge. You're right. I will be honest. I have gotten lonely since the wife's left, but not that lonely. So me and Beth here are just gonna settle down. I have a nice little shack on the outskirts of Ambervale. I've got kind of lined up. I signed the papers this evening, and yeah, I'm just gonna take care of her, look after her. She's getting up there too. I don't know how long boars live. I don't know if they live past 25 years. I don't know. It's magic or whatever. But yeah, we're just gonna just live in retirement together. So, yeah. He kind of treks on a little bit longer, probably 10, 15 minutes passes, and you begin to stop outside of the town of Murkwell. A giant, robust charcoal gray boar, half caked in mud, hauling an armored carriage, begins to yield just outside the small shanty town of Murkwell. The three charismatic wanderers begin to step down and can't help but notice the poor state of this disheveled town. Abandoned thatch roofs, shacks litter the area as a thin fog sweeps between them, carrying the pungent smell of what seems to be rotting fish and urine. Even in midday sunlight, the area is stifled by thick overhead clouds spitting mist, as everything seems eerily too quiet. When they approach, their boots sinking and sliding in the sludge that paves the main thoroughfare, they noticed a few points of interest. Immediately to their left is what seems to be the best maintained building in the area, a fine stable with wood planks crudely affixed over the main entrance, barring entry. To the right, there is a wide building constructed of remnants of other structures, with a lantern illuminating a hanging wooden sign depicting worn scales filled with coins. And then further down is what appears to be a tavern of some kind, with a covered porch and many smudged covered windows, dimly illuminating the surroundings. However, the most concerning point of interest for these adventurers may be the dozens of pieces of parchment nailed all over the buildings facing the main road. So before we go forward, the driver kind of parks his vehicle. He steps down. He lights a pipe, starts smoking. Are any of you going to leave your possessions in the carriage, or are you going to take them with you?
I'm going to take mine with me.
I'm going
to.
leave
Okay.
I don't trust this place.
I'll leave mine.
Pretty unanimous. All right. Very good. So yeah, you're just stepping down off this. You're kind of sliding about. You're already dirty. You're already muddy.
Oh, not the shoes. Oh.
Yeah, this place could need a good makeover, but what can you do? I've been at worse. Don't drown down there.
Do any of you? What do you guys do?
I sort of just look around unimpressed and just sort of mutter to myself.
Any fellas fancy a drink? Maybe. Long
Oh, a
journey.
drink?
I could go for a water.
A water. Yeah. Maybe play some cards.
Maybe.
Yeah. I think you're like the betting type.
Yeah, sure.
I think we should go to this tavern. It's just right up ahead.
Okay.
I can do a few card tricks myself.
Oh, really?
Ooh.
Come and show me.
All right. Who's in front? Are you kind of leading
I'm
the
going to
way?
step in front.
Oh,
I'm probably
okay.
at the back.
Oh, okay. Cool. So, as you approach, Ximbaxel, give me a perception check, and that would be
Is that D20 or?
yeah, D20, and then you add your perception modifier.
All right, that's 14. Yeah, just a 14.
Yeah, with the 14, as you approach the door, you notice where there was a piece of that parchment, but it looks like it's been torn off, and you can just see like a little bit of parchment left on the nails, like at the corners where it was fixed. But you open the door, and the others follow suit behind you shortly after. So the flimsy screen door rattles as it's open onto a scene that could almost be considered welcoming. The large room, filled with random assortment of tables and chairs, is warmly lit by the candles scattered around. It smells vaguely of roasted meat and ale, a stark contrast to the outside. Immediately to the left is two thin, well-tanned gentlemen resting on an overturned barrels playing a game of dice. In the back left-hand corner is a stout figure with their head resting on the table, slightly obstructed by numerous empty tankards. And to your right is a hulking, misshapen figure with a loosely tied, well-stained apron. He stands behind the makeshift bar and stares blankly at the three of you.
Well, isn't this a wonderful surprise? How are you today, sir? How's life?
Oh, God.
What did he say?
Is that in character or out of character?
Woke up to you
In
indeed.
character.
Both, either.
What did that fella say?
I don't know.
He lazily locks eyes with you and says, Mo Gub, as he gestures with one hand towards his general head face area, like he's pointing to himself.
Right.
Is he simple?
Oh, you're Morgum.
He doesn't say anything. A few moments later, you hear from the back what you can assume the kitchen area is. He says, someone says, I'll be with you in just a moment. Just have a seat.
I take a seat.
Nice. Are all of you just sitting around, same table?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shortly thereafter, a lady steps out, elven, fair skin, fair hair on the tall side. Her hair is pulled back into kind of a messy bun, and she's wearing some nicer robes and a conservative amount of jewelry, but still looks rather presentable, which is honestly a little out of place in this village. But she comes over and she says to the three of you, yes, welcome to Mo Gub's Grub and Pub. My name is Ani. Today we have ale and stew.
I love both those.
Oh, fantastic.
Can I have a small water?
Well, unfortunately, the water we have access to is of such poor quality, if you were to drink it, you would get very, very ill. So
what are you using the ale?
We have the ale shipped in.
I don't want anything.
Okay. Very good. And for you, sir?
Oh, I would like an ale.
Very good. 2 ales, 1 stew, coming up shortly. She kind of steps behind the counter and makes a very obvious gesture to who we can call Mo Gub. She says, 2. Okay? Holds up 2 fingers. He goes, and she steps behind, presumably to get the stew. Mo Gub proceeds to pour 3 tankards of ale. She steps out with a steaming bowl of stew and sighs heavily. Just 2, and he does not move at all. Grabs the 3 tankards in the bowl of stew. Passes it out to each of you. Passes 1 to you, Thorbo, and says, "It's on the house. Don't worry about it."
Thanks, I guess.
Oh, Thorbo, I forgot I had a water skin, but it's outside. Now, should I get it for you?
No, don't worry, I'm fine.
You probably all have like canteens of water skins, with you. So if you're,
I'm not gonna die. I'm fine.
Yeah, you're fine. If you don't want to drink the ale, you don't have to.
I'm fine.
Well, cheers, fellas.
I just met you.
Oh, well, I did think it was a bit awkward we just sat in silence all the way here.
Yes, that's so unnormal.
What
reluctantly drink it.
What brings you?
You know what? I've been traveling around the world, and people usually talk, and well, some people don't talk. Some people are kind of grumpy, so kind of had to feel like you guys grumpy.
No. I was just
That's good to hear.
waiting for the right time to talk. That's all.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'm just sort of passing through.
Oh, okay.
Passing through.
Passing through to Ambervale.
Okay. Why is that?
Ambervale.
I'm just going around. So don't worry about it too much.
Sounds a lot like me. A lot like me.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just daydreaming there for a second. Yeah. And what's Ximbaxel? What? I didn't quite catch it back there. What
Ximbaxel the Magnificent, please.
Ximbaxel the Magnificent. Well, what makes you so magnificent?
Oh. Well, I was a very special child.
I bet you were.
And I learned, like, all of a sudden that I could do, like, magical things. I could throw fire.
I sort of squint at him.
I'm doing this whilst eating my stew, sipping on it.
Yeah, I squint at you a little bit, trying to like just look and see if I like you or not.
Can you got any magic to show off?
Oh yes. So do you have anything in mind? Like, would you like to see anything special?
I don't know. Levitate?
Levitate. That's interesting. Yes.
I cast Mage Hand on Gabbo's soup, his stew, and lift it up.
Okay, just to like lift it vertically. So you're
Yeah,
trying
just to lift it up, just to.
Are you trying to
be a
show
little
up,
funny.
Ximbaxel?
No, I'm not trying to show off. I kind of want to do it subtly, just to confuse
okay.
him a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, sure enough. Well, actually, just give me a roll.
Right. What's that? A D20 or?
Yeah, D20. Let me pull up your character sheet.
18.
Yeah, you that soup raise is real good.
Well, okay.
Don't spill any.
Act surprised for a little bit, like, look, I did it.
Can I have it back now, please?
I don't even
put it
know
back
my
down.
own power sometimes.
I put it back down.
Very good.
That's why people love me so much.
Oh. As you're eating the soup, there, Gabbo, it's very well seasoned. It's meat and potatoes and kind of a creamy broth. There's kind of some herbs that you're not familiar with. It tastes very good. The meat is exceedingly tough, though. But other than that,
yeah.
overall pretty good. So a short time after the worker that introduced herself as Arnie comes over, especially after seeing your mage hand there, Thorbo, she comes over and says, I can't help but notice you three kind of seem like the adventuring type. Is that correct?
No.
Yeah.
Well, you have a large backpack, a bedroll, a lot of equipment, and you just casted a somewhat impressive spell. We don't get a lot of magic users around here. I think you're just being modest.
Well, I don't know. Any magic users.
No.
I'm just traveling.
I think you had a little too much ale, Missy.
Oh, well, okay.
Jeez.
I assure you, I don't drink on the job. However, if the three of you change your mind, the town's a bit of a crisis at the moment. You probably saw the wanted signs hanging all around the road there. Did you get a chance to read any?
Yeah, sure.
What did they want?
Yes. She actually has one curled up in her pocket, and she passes it to you. Let me open a file. I'll post it.
Maybe they want a good-looking fella.
No, I'm afraid it's much more dire than that.
Oh.
She hands it, I guess, probably to Ximbaxel, maybe, because he seems the most engaged. If you want to read that aloud.
Wanted, King Davy, Blake Three Fingers,
That's one sentence.
Violent the Cheat, Angel Eyes Adan, and Kobe for burglary, arson, theft, and murder. Reward compensated upon capture.
Yes, so those of us in the town, the few of us left, we've spent the past, since last night, creating these flyers hoping to draw the attention of any passers-by on the main road. Bandits aren't too uncommon, but we don't have really anything left. They came in, they took everything we had left. They took my cookbook, even, and they went through to the swamp, and you can keep everything they took. You're welcome to it. We just want to be sure that they don't come back, or they don't cause any other villages any other trouble. Like I said, if you change your mind, that would be great. Give you something to do, some coin, maybe a little bit of local glory, if that's kind of your thing. But if you're going to go, be sure to go down to the shore and ask for Old Man Nettles. He knows the swamp better than anybody. He knows
Whoa. I got one question, Dollface.
Just one? Okay.
Can I have a top-up, please?
Yes.
Thanks, thank you.
Have you touched your ale, Thorbo?
Like a little bit, a tiny bit. I've like nursed it.
She grabs your ale and pours it into Gabbo's mug and then gives it back to you. I said it was on the house.
Okay, that's fine.
Yes, she locks eyes with you, Ximbaxel. You looked like you were about to say something.
Oh, these fellas are well known.
I don't know if they are. The one in charge, the one who calls him King, himself King Davy, he made it very clear who they were and insisted on everyone calling them by name. I'm not sure why.
Who would do something like that?
He was just kind of a douche. I don't know. But he seemed
Who
very
gives himself
arrogant.
a title?
Yeah.
I look towards Ximbaxel.
We all look towards Ximbaxel.
So has these people been seen?
Well, the last they were seen were last night. They came in right before we closed and robbed us and then proceeded to burgle a lot of the abandoned houses or some of the other houses, go around to the other various shops, and right around sundown they headed into the swamp just to the north of the main road from here. We did have another adventurer come in earlier today, probably this morning sometime, a young dwarven man riding a steed. He came in. He headed in after them, probably about 4 or 5 hours ago.
Must have been a small steed.
Yeah, it was a pony. It was a small white pony. For a small white man, I guess. They headed in. They headed in. Like I said earlier today. Maybe you could catch up with them. I don't know.
So these I wouldn't call them gentlemen. They're probably not that gentle.
No, scum of the earth, I would say.
What are we talking about? Do we know? Are they humans? Are they dwarfs? Are they dragons? Are they pixies?
They're humanoids. I didn't really get a good look at all of them. I was trying not to make too much eye contact. They're all around human height. It was hard to tell at a glance. King Davy was definitely human, but no, nothing too exotic.
When they were in here earlier, did they happen to give old Mo Grub back there a few whacks around the head or anything?
No, he was born like that. And you all look over at Mogub, and yeah, he looks like Sloth from the Goonies mixed with like Legolas. Like someone took Legolas and just kind of beat him up real good. And yeah, she turns back to you and says, "No, he's perfectly fine. He's in good health."
Oh, okay, yeah. I was just wondering, you know.
You're welcome to ask around if you have any other details or any other questions, if you want more details. But like I said, I would at least talk to Nettles because the swamp, it's very dangerous. There's a lot of beasts and critters and things that aren't too savory. Not too many travel in there. The bandits wanted to use it as some sort of shortcut to Ambervale. It wasn't wise, but we didn't try to stop them, obviously. So
you say Old Man Nettles is down by the shore.
Yes, yeah. If you continue on the main thoroughfare, past the buildings, you'll see the shore. He's usually there this time of day doing his yoga. Anything else I can help you with?
No, I'm fine.
What is the recipe for this stew?
That's a secret. I'm sorry. Close. Keep it close to my chest. I guess I did until the thieves took my book. I don't know if I'll be able to make too much more of it. But if you want more, just let me know.
I'll find that book for you.
Oh, thank you so much.
So what is this reward?
Yes, it's basically the entire wealth of a small town. So, plenty of copper, some silver, some gold. They took a lot of random assorted things that they thought valuable or looked neat. They may be useful to you, they may not be, but like I said, you're welcome to keep it. I know trucking through the swamp's bad enough as is. I don't want you to have to go all the way back here. It'll just be peace of mind enough to know that they won't be giving anyone else any trouble.
And what sort of what you want them? You want them alive, or how will you know?
Well, that's not required. I did have a pet bird that they took from me. The bird's very
shocked.
that they took it.
That's still a pet, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Those monsters.
Yes, I know. Poor thing. Feathers is very smart. He'll be able to make his way back here. He hasn't turned up, so I know he's still locked in the cage. So, if you just open the cage and let him fly back here, I know that the deed was done.
Okay. What colour was the bird?
Mostly gray.
Grey. Okay. Are there any
Why
pet
did you name it Feathers?
pet
What's
shorts
old pet?
or anything
Old
around here?
Wait, hang on. What? Okay, is there a pet shop? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Do they have pet shop boys?
Could find
There-
something in the swamp.
Yes.
Oh,
For good with animals, there's plenty of
frog.
would-be pets in the swamp.
Lizard.
We don't really have an abundance of living animals around here.
Okay. Any grey
the-
paint?
Great. You could check the general store. You probably passed it walking in. I perhaps
Mm-hmm.
maybe some inks.
Thank you, sweetheart.
No problem. That will be 9 copper for you. I guess you didn't say your names, did you? She motions towards Gabbo, says 9 copper for you, and then 5 copper for you, and motions towards Ximbaxel. Pay whenever you like, no rush. If you need anything else, I'll be in the kitchen transcribing what little recipes I can remember down on parchment.
Do we're leaving on the table? Do we give it to Mo over there?
No, please do
I
not
wouldn't
give it
trust
to
him
Mo.
with it.
Yeah, please do not.
Oh, we're gonna eat it.
He's not the best with money.
Okay.
Please, just on the counter's fine, or you could just call my name. I'll come grab it. Thank you.
Okay.
What's your name?
Yeah, what was that,
Arnie.
guys? What was that? Okay.
Arnie. Yes. And yours?
Gabbo.
Oh, I was talking to the other one, but thank you. Gabbo,
Ximbaxel the Magnificent.
Thorbo!
Gabbo, Thorbo, and you, sir, the one I was talking to.
Yes. Ximbaxel the Magnificent.
Oh, very nice. Very
You might have
nice.
heard of me.
I haven't, but
you
I look
will.
forward to. So she wanders off back to the kitchen. Do you finish your ale and stew and everything?
Yeah.
I sort of hold it up to my mouth, what little is left after it's been poured out.
What time of day is it?
And I get 2 drops.
Yeah. It's a little after midday. You probably have about 15-ish minutes before the driver said that'd be good to be back by. Like I said, it's just kind of a little pit stop. He probably won't leave without you, but just kind of courteous to be punctual.
Are we deciding where he's going?
You knew ahead of time. You knew he was heading east towards Ambervale, which there's a lot of points of travel from. So,
Would we go if we went to the shore? Would we go from Amberville or?
Oh, I mean, the shore is within the town. Ambervale is it would take another 8 hours carriage to get to Ambervale.
So-
The shore is the town's on the shore. It's a fishing village, so you can just walk there. It's like a 30-second
Stand up,
walk.
leave the bar, and then go back to the cart. Or head towards that way.
Okay.
I finish my ale and pay,
Okay.
leave, and go back to the cart.
Okay. And Gabbo, what are you doing?
Well, I kind of was like, hey, guys, what about the the dice game over there? We'll hang around for a bit longer. There's no rush.
I don't want to.
Are you sure?
I just want to go back to the cart. I don't like this place.
As you exit the Mogub's Grub and Pub, you notice probably about the carriage is probably about 500 feet away on the main road. You had to travel a little bit into the town. You hear a blood-curdling scream, and you look over to the carriage driver, and you see him fall to his knees, clutching his neck, and behind him is an emaciated humanoid figure. The scream causes Beth, the boar, to run off in panic, and the carriage is just gone.
No,
I run out the door. I
My
heard
gear.
the scream.
Everyone took their stuff, right?
Wait,
I didn't take my stuff.
Oh, you didn't take your stuff.
Oh no, I
okay.
did. Yeah, I did.
Okay, but yeah, the other
The
two
two
did.
others did.
So-
I didn't.
Okay.
Do we see who hit him? Or
Yeah, there's like an emaciated like humanoid figure that was standing behind him when he fell, and then once he fell, the figure crouched over the driver.
I'm hanging back by the tavern. I don't want to get very close. I've just poked my head out because I heard the scream.
Okay.
Stop it immediately.
I sort of hang back as well.
Okay.
I don't really know what to do.
The figure doesn't respond, Ximbaxel.
Well, I know I shouldn't go just straight ahead to it, but I try to like circle around to see what it's doing
Okay.
from a distance.
Yeah, sure. We'll say you kind of creep up 100 or so feet, maybe crouch like behind a barrel, or just kind of generally, stealthy like. Give me a perception check.
Oh,
Four.
yeah, 4. Just 4.
Boy, yeah, you just can't really tell. Maybe if you got closer, you could see something, but you're not really able to discern anything you didn't already know.
I squint back at the tavern to see what the others are doing.
I sort of follow Ximbaxel a little bit, but I'm still quite far behind.
Okay. You give me a perception check.
Sure. 10 plus 2, so 12.
Yeah, it looks like this figure is human, but it's been beaten up, and it looks very sickly, and it would appear that it's just kind of like clawing and tearing at the driver.
One day away from retirement.
And the carriage is gone at this point. Like, you can't even see the carriage anymore. A few moments. I'm assuming you're just not doing anything, the three of you. So a few moments later, it appears that this humanoid figure is content with whatever job it was doing, and it begins shuffling down towards the main thoroughfare, very, very slowly, but with some sort of goal in mind, perhaps.
Oh no! What do we do? What do we
So
do?
it's
What do we
heading
do?
towards the town more. How
Yeah.
far away is it?
Let's see. So are you like right behind Ximbaxel, or are you hanging back a
Kinda.
little?
Like, I'm
Okay.
probably like 10 meters or so back.
Okay, I would say it's probably 350 feet from Ximbaxel, who has coverage,
Right.
and then 360 from you, and then probably like 400 from the Mogubs.
Well, I can't do shit, so I'm gonna stay where I am.
Okay, you could move
I don't wanna-
towards it.
No, I don't want
Okay.
to do that either.
All right. Anyone else?
I see this as a good opportunity to leave the the pub without paying. So I just go because everyone's distracted. So I'm out. Right.
Okay.
Um,
Okay, you're outside.
I need that 9 copper. So I kind of join up with.
You have
with
like
Thorbo.
100 gold.
Hey, it all adds up.
Uh-huh.
I kind of catch up to Thorbo behind him. Is there any point in me in trying to look at it more, or do we kind of know everything about it now?
Yeah, I mean, you can give me a perception check.
Okay,
You're
how
always
do I do
welcome
that?
to.
What does that mean?
Actually, at this point, it would be more of an
1d20 plus
investigate.
your perception.
Give me an investigate check.
So that's under
roll.
senses, right?
Yeah, if you roll a d20, and then you'll add your, if you look under like your skills,
Oh, okay, yeah, those ones. Yeah.
it'll say if you're plus whatever minus whatever.
Okay, so 12, and my investigation is +1, 13.
Okay, 13. Yeah, you don't really gain anything that you don't already know. He's limping along, covered in blood, just kind of staring blankly on
Does
ahead.
it look like he's wounded, or is it blood from the driver?
There's a lot of blood from the driver. It looks like he's been like beaten up, but you don't notice any visible, like, cuts or scrapes or any obvious, like, inflictions. He just looks like he had a rough morning.
And he definitely killed this driver, so...
Oh yeah, you saw it. You saw what happened. He's about 300 feet from you now.
Do I be heroic? Do I go and blast him with some thunder? No. That's my answer.
He's about 250 feet.
Hey, Ximbaxel, show us how magnificent you are.
Ooh, I like that.
Well. Simsalabim magic missile.
Okay.
Simsalabim.
So let me pull up your character sheet. Hang on. So he is about 250 feet away. I don't know if that's within range of magic missile.
Magic missile's 120.
Okay, so you shoot them out, and they just kind of like hit in the ground, like halfway in between you and the zombie.
That was just a test.
Does the zombie react in any way?
No.
Yeah,
You
get away,
just-
you.
Okay. I how can I run and then cast a spell?
Yeah. So
Okay, I run
So,
forward
hang
as
on,
far
hang
as
on.
I can.
yeah. So this has been kind of soft combat. We're now kind of
Right.
initiating combat. So everybody, roll
I
me
see.
initiative.
Oh,
And-
lovely.
It'd be a D20,
So-
and then you add your
7.
Your-
I kind of
7?
need to know, like, how many things have I lost because I didn't bring my gear? Oof,
you
8.
I mean, it's just whatever you would have brought with you. If you brought, your arcane focus, your wand or rod, whatever you had, then you have that.
I wand, definitely.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't leave that behind.
And I would have brought weapons.
Yeah, you probably would have brought your weapons too. But you lost,
Probably
your
everything in my explorer's pack, I guess.
yeah. You probably
That's
brought your
okay.
wallet. You probably have your
Shit.
coin.
Yeah.
I still have my dulcimer, however. So-
Yeah.
What are we checking
So-
for?
Initiative.
Initiative.
Yeah.
So it's 1d20 plus initiative. So
Yep.
Yeah, I got 8.
8.
8 and
Oh,
8 for you too. Ooh,
Do we do a roller?
I got 1,
do
so
a
I
roll
got
off.
14.
Gabbo's 14. Yeah. Dennis and Sam, give me another roll. Okay,
won.
Sam.
I got 14. Well, 18 total.
I'll give you each a turn. You can do whatever you want before really the zombie does anything. And you're welcome. So I would look over your spells and the weapons and whatnot, see how close you'd want to get. Because I'm going to say, you can approach, since we were kind of in that soft combat. You can approach to however far from the zombie you'd like to be. So figure out what distance you'd like to be, and then we'll start combat from that point.
I'll be about 100 feet from it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna move in, so I'm about like 60 feet in or something. And I'm gonna draw my crossbow.
Okay. And Gabbo, how far away are you?
Well, I've not been very impressed by the magnificence yet, so I'm going right up there with him, 60 foot.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, Gabbo and Ximbaxel, you come out from cover. You charge forward a little bit. Thorbo, you lay a little bit back. Let's see. Gabbo, you're up first. So how this works, you can move your speed on your turn. You get one action, which can be attacking, casting a spell, whatever. And you get one bonus action. You can only use a bonus action if you have a skill or ability that says you can use it as a bonus action.
Okay. Okay, right. Well, I am going to whip out my banjo. It's on my back. Bring it out, and I start fiddling because I'm gonna try and pull it to sleep, whatever it is.
Okay.
Knocking out cold.
So a bard.
I worked that out instantly.
Yeah, I have a feeling, but I have an instrument too. So.
It's true. Dennis is carrying a dulcimer. So, all right, give me a d20, a roll. This will determine if it hits.
Ooh. Okay, 4. Damn, I didn't tune these strings.
Yeah, and it just sounds terrible. Obviously,
I wince.
yeah. From traveling,
I'm
maybe
not impressed by these
came
two.
untuned a little bit while I was
Yeah.
riding on your back, and it has
ale.
no effect. Yeah, no effect.
You got anything? I look over to someone else.
Yeah. So yeah, next would be Thorbo.
Okay, so I raise my hands up and they start glowing a little bit, and I cast Firebolt at the zombie boy.
Okay.
Fireball?
So that is on hurt. Target takes 1d10 fire damage.
Yep. Give me. Well, no. Roll to see if it hits first.
Yeah, I did 16. There you go.
16. Okay, that hits. Yep.
Okay, then 1d10 is an 8.
8. Nice. The immediate area bursts into flames around him as it pegs him in the shoulder, and he just explodes in the flame. His entire right side just ablaze. He is kind of taken aback and looks very injured, but he's still standing there on two legs.
Aim for the head.
Okay.
So,
At least I hit.
at least my banjo doesn't sound like shit. Ximbaxel, that leads to you.
Well, I'm gonna shoot a bolt at it.
What kind of bolt? Firebolt?
No.
Okay.
Crossbow bolt.
Yeah, a bolt. Yes, you sure can.
Can't throw firebolts.
I couldn't remember. Yeah. All right. Give me a roll.
21.
21. Nice, dude. Yeah, that definitely hits. Hits him right in the eye, right in his left eye. Roll damage for me. That's 1d8. 1d8 plus 1, so you do 2 points of damage. Yeah, you hit him square in the eye, and he staggers back even more, and he's almost completely like bent over. He's so hunched over in so much pain, but he erects himself once again, and is standing there. So
No, somebody had been a monk, they could have run up and do like a flying kick or something. But no monks.
Well,
No
maybe
bugs?
later.
All right. He's hurt. Yeah, he's real hurt, but he's still shuffling towards you. He's now probably about 40 feet from Gabbo and Ximbaxel, and then 80 feet from Thorbo.
So does it look like he's trying to actually attack us?
You don't know. He's just kind of shuffling towards you. He
Yeah.
did kill a man, so there's that. But
Maybe he deserved it. We didn't know the driver that well.
Based on
One
his
conversation
walking,
with him.
yeah. Now, as he approaches, he locks eyes with you, Gabbo, and their sunken black eyes. His jaw kind of unhinges, and he just kind of screeches at you.
Okay. So he's
take that as you will.
pretty close now.
He's 40 feet.
Okay. Well, it didn't go too well before. Didn't go too well. Okay, now I'm a bit embarrassed by what just happened then. I'm gonna get a bit closer. I'm gonna move closer.
Okay, how close?
I want to try and move to within 15 feet.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you move within 15 feet, and his arms kind of outstretch, motion towards you.
Thunderwave. This time,
Thunderwave.
I've tuned my strings.
All right, Pikachu.
I'm ready.
Okay. All right. So he does a Constitution saving throw. He does not succeed.
Yeah, lousy zombie.
He takes 2d10 thunder damage and is pushed 10 feet away from you. So roll me 2d10. 11.
That's not bad. 11.
11's good. Especially be level 1. Yeah, so you begin strumming now that your banjo's in tuned, and sparks kind of start giving off from your fingertips and running along the strings. You hit one really strong chord, and The whole area in front of you kind of shakes and rumbles. He's pushed back, staggers as windows in the nearby abandoned houses crack or shatter.
Yeah, I look behind me just to make sure that they're really paying attention.
I'm like looking somewhere else. I'm looking up.
And sure enough, he's knocked down to the ground, and his head explodes. Sheer percussion of it puts out the remaining flames on his right side of his body. And you're out of combat.
Well, what the fuck was that?
You gotta thank me later, boys.
Wow, what a cliffhanger, huh? Thanks for listening to the first ever episode of Dungeonauts. I hope you enjoyed it. Obviously, if you're still listening, you enjoyed it to some extent. So if you did, please head on over to iTunes, leave us a review, let us know what you think. We've discussed reading 5-star reviews at this little end section here. That could be fun. We are available over on Twitter at DungeonautsPod. There you can find more information about us, keep up to date, and all of our personal Twitters will be linked there as well. So I'm not going to rattle off 4 individual Twitters, just DungeonautsPod. You can find all of us there. We are also available over on Reddit, r/Dungeonauts. Nice and easy to remember. This was kind of the brainchild, this podcast is kind of the brainchild of Sam and I. We actually have a YouTube channel together over at lasernights.com, or you can just search Laser Nights on YouTube. It's a gaming YouTube channel. We will actually be uploading these episodes over there as well. So if you find us through iTunes or a podcast app and prefer YouTube, there's that. Or if you find us through YouTube, we are also available anywhere podcasts are found. And lastly, we'll be uploading weekly, so I would appreciate seeing you there.